Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's Local Yokels Podcast. This is Neil Colley, your host. I want to thank my sponsors, RoofWorksRoofing.com, MidSouth.com, RoofWorksMidSouth.com, at MidSouth.com. Thank them for everything they do on the show. Without them, I couldn't do anything, to be honest with you. Mr. Randy Hendrickson and his wife, Kay. They are the owners of it. Some of the most amazing people I've ever seen and met in my life. They help me with everything, including Feed My Lambs, which y'all know I talk about all the time. It's a program I get behind and support the most. And today I'm going to talk about that a little bit just by myself. I'm just going to give you all a little message about what it is, why I'm so, passionate about it, because it really is just about the kids. And when it comes to feeding children and helping children, I always just err on the side of that. I don't really worry too much about where they come from, who the parents are, what they have, why don't they have this. I don't concern myself with that. It's about food security. And I think sometimes we get caught up a little bit on, well, I didn't have no help when I was a kid, or maybe you should have. Maybe if there was a program like Feed My Lambs when we were growing up, we'd have been a little better off too. I didn't miss too many meals, as you can tell by looking at me, but I do know some folks that probably could have used some help from a program much like this. So I guess that's why I got so involved after my mother, Miss Fancy Nancy Colley, kind of made me aware of what was going on in our little community and at the schools. And I had no clue until the lady who started, Miss Jennifer, had passed away. I literally found out like a day or two afterwards, and I was like, wow, that even exists today? Yes, it does, folks. And sometimes it's not always about being poor. You know, sometimes we've got just people who are not really aware of what's going on in their household. Maybe they're working 2 jobs, 3 jobs. I don't know. Divorce, drug problems. I don't know what the answers. Don't care. We don't know what's going on behind closed doors. So what we have to do is sometimes act on the behalf of the child's best interest. And that's what I want to talk about today. That's why it's so important to me to give with just a happy heart. You know, just put it where you know the best use is going to go. Feed My Lambs. When I met them, I had questions because, like most of you, I was like that. I always had questions about, well, where does that money go? You know, where can I see it? Well, I called them and asked them, and they showed me. Every single penny goes to buying the food for the kids. There's not 1 ounce of waste in the program when it comes to paying an administrator or somebody keeping some money for themselves. None of that, man. They showed me. They were so transparent because this program is so essential to our community, and it is a true 501c nonprofit. They don't have any waste, not at the level of administrative fees or secretarial fees or accounting fees or anything like that. The church they are promoted by, but do not belong to, Minor Memorial United Methodist Church in Walls, Mississippi, houses them, or I should say allows them to have some space within their system in the church, and they give that to them for free. And then most all of the volunteers are from that church. Miss Billy White belongs to the church, and so did her daughter, but it's its own entity, if you will. But the church gives them support by doing all that for them, and it's a separate thing. So just so you know, don't have questions about it. Give with a confidence, knowing that it's going in the right place. And then this year, that we're doing, this is our 4th year, by the way, that we're doing a barbecue benefit for them, car and truck show. And each year I try to grow it a little bit. And this year we added the truck giveaway, and it was a big risk because it cost a lot of money to do these things. And we went to some folks, Outlaw Intentions. They're doing an amazing job building a vehicle that we had procured, and it just takes a lot of time. It really does. And they seen what we were doing, and they wanted to get behind us. And to their credit, they've worked hard and diligent. I think we ran out of time, and I had to have something that I knew that I had in my hands, in my possession, that I could sell tickets for and show the public that it's ready. And unfortunately, because of the time it requires to do things like this and get the paint right, and then you got to go back and rebuild the truck, there's a lot of work. So I think it might be done in time, but I couldn't take the risk. And I just want to let y'all know we're still building the 67 C10 step side that Outlaw Intentions is doing a wonderful job on, and that Ronnie Hot Rods out of Senatobia will continue to be a part of. It just won't be at October 11th's event this year. That's why we reached out to our good friend Gary Sullivan, and he has an amazing example of a vehicle. And I thought, well, there's one we can definitely put out there that's amazing, high quality, that we could also give away. But I just don't want to let y'all know that we didn't continue with our promise. It's just, it just won't be ready in time. And those folks are doing an amazing job down at Outlaw Intentions, Garrett and those guys, and Max. I mean, everybody involved is doing the best they can. It just takes a lot of time. And plus, they have a business to run. We understand that. So, like, the pressure to do all this, and they're trying to help us. And we just want to thank them. Continue to build it. And, you know, with the nonprofit that we continue, we might do 2 or 3 of these a year. So be looking for that. It's always going to go back to help some organization. Maybe not Feed My Lambs, but maybe another one. So we'll focus on that as we go forward. But I wanted to give them a big shout out because they are continuing to do good work and amazing things. So thank you, Garrett and Max down at Outlaw Intentions. Moving forward, I want to let y'all know that charity, I think we could all get involved. Sometimes we just don't know where to go. Sometimes we don't know who to give. We want to make sure it's in the right place. So if it's not Feed My Lambs, look for another one. DeSoto Dream Center, Jenna Kern, people like that are doing amazing things for the public. I mean, man, I can't even explain how much they do for our community, from the whole county to the tri-state area, really. Support people like that. House of Grace, places like that. Miss Rita Drake, I know she always needs help. Look them up. You can always find a good program over there in our city. We have an amazing community. Overall, everybody's doing pretty good, but there's always a side of life and people that's not doing quite as good as we are. So a little help up sometimes is a big deal. You know, kind words are great. I implore you to do all that good stuff, but also just if you got a little bit extra, don't hurt you to give $5-10, whatever your limit is. You know, don't think of it as like, well, I don't got much. Well, it could just be time. Could be a little food. Could be a little bit of money. Spreading the word. All that stuff matters. So get involved. Whether, you know, again, I'm going to name off these programs. And, I mean, I've had them on my show. Some of them I haven't. I want them to come on. Support your local politicians. I'm not a big politician, but who we have when they get elected, those are ours for the next 4 years. So try to support them as much as you can. And instead of getting on social media and literally killing them for what you see, you know, from a distance, you don't know the whole story. So maybe talk about the good things they're doing, or encourage them to do other things that maybe you see. You know, be a part of your community. Go to the town council meetings. Go to, you know, your mayor's office and ask for an appointment to sit down with them. I think most of them would appreciate that. And then you can find a way. That's also community service, by the way, is helping them understand what the public needs, especially if you're that's your passion, is trying to do better, whether it be your roads or a community center. I mean, man, I think DeSoto County is lacking in a lot of those things. I don't think that our politicians or the powers to be or supervisors, whoever, are not aware of that. Sometimes it's where they're going to get the money to pay for it. And we always go, well, what are they doing the money when they collect these taxes? A bunch, folks. It costs a lot to run these little towns. I think there is waste in some communities. I mean, I'm sure there's always somebody in there that's not doing the right thing. I'm not one. I don't want to point fingers at anybody. That they have people in place to check and balance all that stuff. So again, be involved from a community give back standpoint. And like I said, sometimes it's not even just a charity or a nonprofit like we're involved in and talk about all the time. Sometimes it is as you're in local government and getting involved and letting them know what's going on. We've had a slew of elections and some coming up too that are just like really, really close. I always implore people, get out and vote. Some of these special elections we got coming up here in a couple of weeks, your voice matters. Some of the elections we've had in the last couple of months have been decided by less than 100 votes, which is amazing, especially with towns of 30 and 40 and 50,000 people. That just tells me not enough people's getting out to vote. So if you're really passionate about your candidate and what they believe, go vote for them. Don't let it go to the other side if you don't believe in it. And if you do lose, your candidate loses, get behind the one that won. I mean, because you want them to do good. And I don't feel like this us versus them thing is going to work long term. It's been our society is very divided now. I try not to get myself into politics or watch too much in the news just because it really brings you down if you start getting on a team, so to speak. Just do the right thing. Get with the people doing the right thing. Hold them accountable. Hold their feet to the fire. They work for us, by the way. So, yes, you can ask questions. And if they get mad about that, they're probably not the right person for the position. But they're going to deal with it for the next 4 years, potentially. So, be that voice of reason. Doesn't hurt to ask. But like I said, get involved. And through that, you'll meet some other like-minded people that are passionate about the same things. And that's what's happened to me in the last 4 or 5 years. Man, I'm always meeting these amazing new people in the community that are doing just, I can't even start to tell you, the list of folks that are doing just stuff I didn't even dream of, but they're involved. They're spending their time, their effort, and their money too at times, just like I am with this show. It costs a good bit of money and time to do these things, but I feel like it's important to spread the word about others. So, and it's not a benefit. There's no agenda involved other than just helping others. So, look for that. Reach out to us if you have an idea. You want to be on the show. You want to kind of focus on something or bring light to something. I would love it. I'd love to have any mayor in the community or alderman that want to come on the platform and talk about the things they want to do or they'd like to see happen in their communities, whether it be Olive Branch, South Haven, Horn Lake, Walls, Lake Lewisburg, Hernando, wherever, I'd love to have it. Tunica County, I don't care. It's the Local Yokels Podcast. So it's really, we're just all local people in a big community. But I want to thank all of you for following the show. And remember, we're going to have our annual fundraiser on October 11th from 10 to 3. We're going to give away a beautiful 1978 C10 Restomod frame-off restoration. It's all freshly done. Extremely valuable for $100. So you can reach me if you would like to have a ticket, and hopefully you'll win the thing for $100. So that's all I can tell you. I can't even think why you wouldn't buy a ticket. If you got an extra $100, take a chance, because you can't win if you don't play. So contact me at 662-404-2364. Minor Memorial, go on their website, Roofworks, all that good stuff. Just try to support all the people that support us. If you see an advertiser and you know that they do something good in the community, shop with them, man. I always tell you, go to your buddy, support them. Let's don't hate on our friends for doing good in life. Try to pick them up, lift them up. That's what we're trying to do with our fundraisers and our shows and all that stuff. So from my buddy Coach Camp that does Motivated with Coach Camp to Derek Me Show, the Rhythm Section, anybody that's doing a podcast out of the studio, Melissa DeBar, she's doing DeBar Fight Stories. Follow her on YouTube. Fight Stories with DeBar, I think is what she calls it. She's an amazing person, a local attorney, victims advocate for domestic abuse, veterans, all that stuff. She's involved in a lot. So go support all these people that support us and be involved. With that being said, I'm out. Just remember, Feed My Lambs, October 11th, Saturday, 10 to 3. We're giving away a truck promptly at 2 o'clock and a lot of other good stuff. We're going to have a lot of door prizes and stuff. So remember the date, mark it down. Thank you guys. Bye.